وكذلك أوحينا إليك روحا من أمرنا ما كنت تدري ما الكتاب ولا الإيمان ولكن جعلناه نورا نهدي به من نشاء من عبادنا وإنك لتهدي إلى صراط مستقيم صراط الله الذي له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض ألا إلى الله تصير الأمور.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All praise for Allah, Lord of the worlds, and peace and blessings be upon Prophet Muhammad, his companions, and all those who strive to follow in their footsteps. Welcome, my dear viewers, brothers and sisters, to another episode of Quran and Science. And in this edition, we'll be speaking about the main sequence of stars and also the temperature of these stars and the different types of stars. For this, we have with us a professor of geology at many Arab and international universities, Dr. Professor Zaghlol El-Naggar. Hello and welcome. And we have with us also our guests to be interacting within this episode. We have Zabihullah Kareem.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. We have also Abdurrahman Ismail. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, Professor Zaghlol, at the beginning, I'll just go for a verse, for a very short break for a verse, and then we'll return back to be explaining more to our viewers about this verse. So stay tuned and we'll be back.
فلا أقسم بمواقع النجوم وإنه لقسم لو تعلمون عظيم.
I swear by the setting of the stars, and this is a great oath if you but knew.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome back. You're watching Quran and Science, and we were just discussing the sequence of stars. And the previous segment we mentioned that we'll be knowing more about the verse that you've just seen on the screen. I want first to ask Zabihullah, what do you get out of this ayah, فَلَا أُقْسِمْ بِمَوَاقِعِ النُّجُومِ?
فَلَا أُقْسِمُ بِمَوَاقِعِ النُّجُومِ. In this verse, have we think about it, that God said that I don't need to swear on the location and the places of the stars.
Yes.
So
what does it give you? Does it give you the meaning of maybe power, the meaning of imagining something about the stars and the positions?
Yes, and the position of stars, and in the same time, the power of Almighty Allah, who is the creator of all this universe.
Great. What about you, Abdurrahman?
As Zabihullah has mentioned, Allah does not need to swear to anyone. And after this ayah, we can notice that Allah said, this is a great oath. This tells us that the setting of the stars is really miraculous, and that there is something very special about them.
Yes. Okay, moving to you, Professor Zaghlol, the importance of the sequence and the positions of stars.
I begin by thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and greeting you all in our Islamic way. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah's peace, blessings, and mercy be with you all. This verse is really unique in the Quran. Allah is saying, I do not even give an oath by the positioning of stars. And then he adds, وَإِنَّهُ لَقَسَمٌ لَوْ تَعْلَمُونَ عَظِيمٌ. And really, verily, it is an adjuration, an oath, that's a great oath if you were only to know. Then when we read this, why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give the oath by the positioning of stars and not by stars themselves? Stars themselves are among the most magnificent creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because every star is a huge nuclear reactor. in the sky, wherein a process called the nuclear fusion is taking place. By nuclear fusion, Allah is fusing light elements to produce heavier elements. So these are factories producing, all the stars, producing the needed elements for the existence of that universe. In the sun, for example, we get hydrogen fuses together to produce helium, and energy is released. Helium fuses together to produce lithium, and energy is released. And this energy gives the core of the sun 15 million degrees centigrade, and the outer surface of the sun 6,000 degrees centigrade, and the emanations from the sun 1 to 2 million degrees centigrade. And this energy is needed for the existence of that universe. Why then Allah did not give the oath by the stars themselves?
Yes, and not
by the position of the stars.
Yes.
Before I indulge into that, I would like to emphasize the fact that negating the oath in Arabic is a way of overemphasizing it. When we say لا أقسم فلا أقسم بمواقع, I do not even give an oath. There is something beyond giving an oath, something much greater than giving an oath. So negating the oath is an overemphasis of the importance of the oath. فلا أقسم بمواقع النجوم. We have the fa, lam, the negation, لا أقسم, and then the qasam itself, the oath, and then again وإنه.
So it's a very strong and powerful verse.
Great emphasis, you see. Only very recently we came to realize that the distances of stars from the earth are so immense that no man or nobody living on that earth can see stars.
Yes.
We don't see stars. We see positions through which stars have passed. Take simply the sun. The sun is at a distance from the earth on the average that is equal to 150 million kilometers. When light is emanated from the sun, it reaches the earth after 8.3 minutes. And the sun revolves in its orbit. So it would have left that position by thousands of kilometers.
So you never see it at the specific time.
You never see the sun, you see. And this is the nearest star to us.
Mm-hmm.
The next star to us is at a distance of 4.3 light years. And this means that if the light is emitted from it, it would reach the earth after more than 50 months. And the sun would have been departed for millions of kilometers. So being on that planet, you can never see stars. You can only see positions by which stars have passed. And
this is a very important point, Professor. I just want to make it clear to the viewers.
Yes.
What you're saying about the sun, that you're seeing the light, or the light reaches after 8.3 minutes
Yes.
from the time that
Yes.
emits the rays.
Yes.
So this means that at any point in time that you're looking at the sun, you're actually looking at the position.
Yes.
You're not looking at the sun.
Yes, yes. Actually, and this is a great mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because if a human being looks at a star directly, he would lose his eyesight.
Yes.
This is a great mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's why this is the very precise scientific notion in this verse, that anybody on the surface of that planet cannot see stars directly. He can only see positions through which stars have passed. And this is a scientific notion that came to our knowledge only very recently. Who would have told the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam about it 14 centuries ago, other than the Creator himself?
So this brings us to a point, Professor Zaghlol, that in the previous edition we were speaking about the boundaries or the methodologies of thinking, maybe
Yes.
and with relation to science.
Yes.
So I think this is a very good example of helping scientists to be directed towards thinking or using some sort of methodologies in thinking when it comes to space and
Yes.
astronomy in an easier way.
Indeed.